Suggest that you do. Well, the thing is, it's asking is society let's see numbers to that. That setting also be one that you would describe. Okay, I hope that all of you have had a chance, and it looks like you have, to look at the bottom part about the utopia, dystopia, identifying the settings. It looks like you all have had some time to remember what books you've read and described, check off how you read, what interests you. Really quick, what interests you? What gets your attention when you are looking at a book? What are some things that you checked off? Shada?
The cover.
The cover. Jennifer? If it has pictures, we like pictures. Okay. Ivy?
Easy to understand.
Easy to understand. Amro?
Have a movie.
Have a movie. We like to check up and make sure that we get what we're reading. Sandra? Oh, having challenging vocabulary. Shirley,
Connect to my emotions.
it connects to your emotions. Sounds like a lot of the things on the list are things that we're checking off. Where do you normally read? Where do you find yourself reading the most? Yes, sir. At home? Anybody read while they're on the bus or on the train on the way to and from school? Okay. For some people that works, sometimes it's a little distracting. How about when do you usually read? When are we usually reading? When we wake up in the morning? How many of you do it before you go to bed? How many of you do it right when you get home from school? How many of you read every day?
No.
Oh, I wish I saw more hands. Somebody's crying. How many of you read at least a couple times a week? Oh, that's good. Okay. When you read, do you read, how many of you read just for like 15 minutes? Half an hour?
15
1
minutes.
hour.
1 hour.
No, 15.
More than 1 hour.
Less than 1 hour.
Let's go to our part where we start talking about dystopia, materialism. Now here's where it's going to start getting interesting for you. The first, first example, could someone read it for us? Real loud? Really loud? Someone I haven't heard from today? Really like that I see some hands up. I'd like to see more hands up though. How about Sanatilla, number 1?
Who has
Yep.
who has a plastic bag open-handed and not wearing white and shifted and normally days that we sell it, expose it to light and dispels because it's low, but such behavior are important to society.
Okay, to society. And orphaned means what? Do we know what orphan means, Jennifer?
Kids that don't have parents.
Yes, kids who don't have parents, their parents have passed away. So this story is actually taken from Gathering Blue, another book written by Lois Lowry, the author of The Giver, which we're reading together in class. And what kind of setting does this describe, do you think? Nusha?
Dystopia.
Dystopia? Why?
Because she's masculine to live in a society where these people and people who's like almost backward.
So do you think it describes the perfect place? No, not perfect place. Okay, let's take a look at number 2. Could someone read number 2 for me, Mohammed?
Mowgli is a young boy who lives in an Indian jungle among a pack of wolves during the mid 19th century when it was a part of the British Empire.
And what kind of setting do you think that is?
Imperialistic.
Imperialistic? What told you that this might be an imperialistic setting? Holly.
Because it said India was part of British Empire.
And that relates to a time of imperialism
Yes.
in history. This book, or this setting, comes from the story, a collection of short stories called The Jungle Book, written by Rudyard Kipling. So if this sounds like an interesting story to you, you can find this and a few other stories similar to it in this book. Okay, number 3. Who would read number 3? Jorge.
Candy lives in Candy and comes divided into 12 unique districts that each contribute to the wealth and power of this capital.
Many of you have already read this story. It is from The Hunger Games. And how would you describe this setting? Utopia, dystopia? Anybody think maybe something else? Could it be imperialistic too?
Yeah.
Why? Why? Surely, though, why?
Because the capitals controls the 12 districts and
Is it colonies?
they make them fight.
Could we call them colonies? Could we call those districts colonies?
Yes.
Are they working for the capital because they want to or because they're forced to?
They're
Forced to.
It could be an example of both. How interesting.